Starting new topic, social system by Talcott Parsons. But before going into this topic, I would like to know what is power.
The ability to influence a society if the society considers superior to them.
Ability to getting things done despite resistance.
Despite resistance. What are the two forms of power?
Legitimate, authoritative, and coercive.
What is coercive? Forceful. Any example? Ottoman Empire of Turkey as a coercive.
So is it not subjective in the sense that, as mentioned in the book, it says that Indian Parliament will be regarded by Kashmiri separatists as illegitimate and therefore coercive? So to a certain extent it is also subjective.
Yeah, it is subjective because it is talking about the people. What way the people consider about the government. British Empire was here. That was also a ruling class. What was the thinking about the common people? That the government is exploitative. Do you have the same thinking about the Indian government now? So it is not subjective. It is more also what the general mass value consensus is there. Isn't it? Balochistan, handful of people are considering Chechnya. These are the things. Means it is subjectivity that what the general people is thinking about the governance or the government who is ruling them. If we consider that they are our representative, means we have given them the consent to rule us. Isn't it? What was the another? Legitimate. What is it? Vice versa.
The power with society's consensus.
Consensus. The people consider that the action taken by the parliament or the person in the governance is justified. They have the capability, authority to take decision for us. Isn't it? Okay, Weber has talked about three types of authorities on the basis of his social action. What are these three? Traditional, goal rational. Goal rational is on the basis of social. Which type of social action is associated? Zwek? Okay, I am with the people. And last one is charismatic. In this, yes, affective. Okay, what is traditional authority?
Based on customs and traditions.
Yesterday rules today, isn't it? There are two types: patrimonialism and patriarchalism. Patrimonialism is found in simple society and patriarchalism in the advanced society, isn't it?
Relatively advanced, traditional advanced.
मुझे झूठ बोलने की आदत है. Correct me. Yes.
Patriarchal is found in simple society, whereas second one is found in moderate societies.
Yeah. Comparatively advanced society. Yes. In patriarchalism, we have well-established staff system, but no, they don't have a staff system. Then who is the staff? When we are talking about authority, there may be some staff.
There is co-consent as far as this.
Co-consent, isn't it? Yes, please. They are co-consents in the simple society. Okay, in patrimonialism, can you tell me some of the features?
Monarch acts as the source of authority. He is the one who makes decision. Although customs are to a certain extent adhered to, but then the decision of the monarch supersedes the customs at times. Although it tries to maintain an adherence to
Okay, one aspect.
And recruitment is based on personal choice rather than
and
merit.
loyalty.
Yeah, on the basis of loyalty to the king or the lords. And what is about salary system? Salary system
There is no fixed salary as such.
and promotion.
But
But
as for the
all depend on his
discretion,
personal
yeah,
choice.
discretion of the monarch.
Very good. Now let us come to the legal rational authority. What is this legal rational authority?
As per the rules and regulations.
Yeah. Who is the head here in legal rational authority? Bureaucrats are the bosses.
There is a hierarchy system.
Bureaucracy is a tool through which we implement the legal rational authority, isn't it? It is a mechanism of chain of command. Now in legal rational authority, who is the superior? We are talking about bureaucracy. That will be a political system. This is a legal rational authority, legal rational system.
Would it be public providing them with the power to frame?
As an IS officer, on your merit you have been selected, not above there is no contribution of the public. Here not the person but the position has the power, isn't it? It is not incumbent with the or the position. Whosoever is incumbent of the particular position, that holds the power. Remember, in bureaucracy we consider there is nothing like inequality. There is division of power. Why not inequality? Because as an IS officer you will join as an SDM, but after 25 years with the maturity of your service you will become secretary also, isn't it? So here it is about with the chain of command. At a particular position a particular duty is assigned. You join as a junior and become a senior. That is not inequality, isn't it? It is difference in power according to your terms or according to your position. Okay, Weber has said that there are various characteristics of bureaucracy. What are they? Impersonality, hierarchy, continuity and expertise. What is impersonality?
Non-partisanship.
Yeah,
Non-partisanship.
non-partisanship, no nepotism, no fear of
Abiding, rules and regulations.
strictly abiding rules and regulation. All your actions or transactions should be in black and white, means transparent in written. He considers that bureaucracy is the best mechanism in modern industrial society. How? Modern industrial society. We are more complex. Yes?
Job security.
Yeah, job security is one of the things. Other to it, it is a better way to control the chain of hierarchy. Why? Because we are complex society, vast society, means we have more. Yes, please. In administration here means not civil services, everywhere. Okay, tell me any example of bureaucracy except civil services?
Judiciary.
Judiciary. corporate, yes, somebody has said, everywhere wherever there is chain of hierarchy, isn't it? And it is to control or administer the institution or organization, because now we have vast organization and institutions. So in such a scenario, he says that bureaucracy, because it is legal and rational, justified as well as logical, to command or to administer the organization. None other, means traditional authority or the charismatic authority, they are not based on merits, on rationality, but this is the only organization which is based on merit and legality. Okay, charismatic. Yes, meaning is extraordinary. What is charismatic authority?
The authority that comes in a person in time of crisis.
In the time of crisis,
Crisis influence them to become to do some extraordinary work.
she has uttered a word that charismatic authority comes the time of crisis. You can criticize her. Is she correct?
No, sir.
Take away the crisis.
Yeah.
They exaggerate that crisis.
Exaggerate means more also it is existing, then only you will have the ability or the opportunity. Do charismatic crisis comes in crisis?
It is a platform on which the leader rises, because charismatic leader rises.
Yes, you are correct. Only during crisis charismatic leaders emerges. That is the reason in West we don't have any charismatic leader, but in third world or developing countries we have lot of charismatic leaders, isn't it? Do charismatic authority have hierarchy? Yes, they have. Now, what is the way through which the chain of hierarchy is being filled in charismatic authority?
Depends on
Personality.
Unflinching loyalty towards the faith in the leader.
Not according to the degree of charisma. That is influencing on all these things, but technically it is about the degree of charisma the person possesses, isn't it? Okay, there is a unique feature of charismatic charismatic authority. What is one of the special and unique feature of charismatic authority?
That it can bring about revolution.
Yes, they have the ability to bring revolution, sudden change. Why they have the ability to bring revolution?
people's
Because of their charisma.
Yeah,
mass support, people's support.
mass support. Means here the people are followers of the charismatic leaders, isn't it? Okay, we belong to different religion. How many of you are member of Hindu religion? None.
How do we get membership by the way?
So what do you
I will tell you.
There's no stamp.
Huh?
What do you define membership?
None of us are member of Hindu society, Hindu religion. Then what are you? You belong to some of the religion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Followers? Yes, sir.
Yes, we are followers. Very good. None of us are member, but we are followers of a particular religion. Why? What is difference between followership and membership?
You have to be officially recognized by the organization which heads the religion, and followers means in your private space you would be following.
We blindly follow those things. Other to it, we can't suggest for some changes. As a member, because you are also associated, you can associate with it. You can suggest changes in it, or you can leave the membership. Now you will say that we can leave our religion. But again, after leaving, you will not join as a member. Again, you will have to join as a follower in other religion itself. Means you can just follow the tenets, rules and regulation of the, because every religion prescribes us a way of life, isn't it? Okay. Okay, there is one word, routinization of charisma. What is this routinization of charisma?
But then after the crisis withers away, the charismatic leader will have to become either a irrational or a leader in order to survive. Otherwise, you won't be able to survive after the crisis withers.
Correct. Yes. This process is known as routinization of charisma. Any example?
Like for example, Jawaharlal Nehru, he sort of became prime minister after the partition and independence of India.
Yeah, he was a charismatic leader, but he adapted with the change scenario in the social system. He came into the legal rational authority or the new system which emerged in India, and then on the legal rational authority or under the new system he became a prime minister, although due to his popularity as a charismatic leader he was able to win the election. Okay friends, that's all. After the class you will get the evaluated copy. I am happy that most of you were able to understand the topics, but as a beginners, some of you all have committed blunders. Social system. As we know that Talcott Parson belongs to functionalist. If he is functionalist, what will be his way of thinking?
Majority
Value consensus.
Value consensus, a stability in the society, isn't it? How the society is able to function better. Social means society, system means having different parts but they are integrated. Yes, in social system, Talcott Parson wanted to make a generalized methodology to understand or analyze the collectivity that is the society. Remember, Talcott Parson considers his methodology of social system that it is not found in reality. Not found in reality means it is just a measurement rod, where we use this word ideal type, isn't it? Ideal type also Weber consider that it is a measurement rod which doesn't exist in reality. The same thing here he talks about his social system, that in social system he considered that this should be used to understand the society, analyze the society, and it will be applicable to all sort of society. To start with social system, we will have to go through two aspects or in two phases. He has talked about two different aspects of social system. One, micro, and at macro level he has analyzed. In this micro level he has tried to give the meaning of social system. Macro level he has talked about a structural functional analysis. Yes, for him, a plurality of social action meaningfully performed, according to him, is known as social system. Plurality of social action meaningfully performed, according to him, is known as social system. Yes, please. He considers that we can understand social system through the methodological tool what he considers as systematic approach. Now, what is systematic approach? डस्टर नहीं है राजू. He says that if we want to understand the system, society, we can divide or separate them into smaller unit acts to better understand the society under his systematic approach. Just take an example. Nation, state, commissionary, district, subdivision, block, panchayat, village, family, then onward. To understand the specific component more clearly, more specifically, he says that all these units which have broken up into smaller units can also be considered as a subsystem in itself. They are also under the relation of each other. He says that social system has three major components or requirements. Yes, it has three major components, that is concept of structure, notion of function, and internal dynamics. Concept of structure. Every society has some structure. On that, the society is based. What is that structure? Remember, and all the parts of the structure are interrelated with each other. What is the structure of our society? Human society. Family, marriage, kinship, political system, economic system. These are the major parts. Can we consider any society without any of these elements? Impossible. Means structure, economic religion, various structures are there. Means every society need to have a structure, and they are interconnected with each other, not in isolation. Interconnected means concept of structure, and all these institutions also have some particular function to perform. That is notion of functions. All of them are assigned some role to perform. Function. What is function of family? Father is a ATM machine to take care of inmates, isn't it? Marriage is also an institution. What is function of marriage? Natural recruitment of new members to the society. Of new members. Polity, to maintain law and order. Economic, or it will be economy. Yes, food and shelter. Means concept of structure, notion of function, as well as internal dynamics. Internally, they have an internal or self-propellant evolutionary forces that will force to change in the society. Means internal mechanism through which changes in the society takes place. What is this dynamic or changes? Yes, family, from joint to nuclear family. Marriage, any change in marriage, sacred to companionship, isn't it, in modern time? Polity, monarchy, kingship to democracy. Economy, from feudal to capitalist. What does it mean, feudal to capitalist? Subsistence economy to profit-oriented economy, capitalist economy. He says that these are the three elements which forms the social system. Means concept of structure, every society will have the structure, and all institutions. What is institutions? What is institution? One-liner, set of rules and regulation. All this institution has a specific set of rules and regulations, isn't it? Which we need to abide. Notion of function means all institutions are assigned specific roles to perform. And internal dynamics. He says that with the passage of time, evolutionary changes takes place in the society. Remember, right now he is trying to explain you the meaning of his social system. In second part, he will be giving a structural functionalist analysis about the social system. Now, just now he is trying to show that how the social system internally works, what is its meaning. He says that a social system gets established in already existing larger socio-cultural system. How it happens? Again, he says that there are two ways, that is inner and larger. Larger society or outer. Just he gives the example that in a social system we get established, or we establish ourselves in already existing socio-cultural relationship. Just take an example, marriage. Couple marriage. After marriage, means if the marriage has been done, are there creating any institution? Marriage is already existing over there. Then what is the different, or what difference takes the marriage? Remember, marriage is an institution, means set of rules and regulation we need to perform. But here he says that in a system, some changes comes here, takes place to maintain the stability, and that is particular according to the situation. Now, what is according to the system? Situation? Every family has that personal situation, means if the couple are working, different type of role assignment in the family will be there. If the girl is, or if the wife is housewife, housemaker, then she will be performing different things. The male will have different assigned meaning. But if both of them are working, means according to the different situation, they adjust into the system. That is the only changes which takes place. Otherwise, they are related to the already established socio-cultural system. Second, he talks about the outer level. He says that from the smaller level, we are integrated to the larger level. A smallest unit is mother-child diet. Yes, it is also a world for the child, for the infant. The whole world is mother, isn't it? She is related to family, family is related to community, and then so on. He said this is the two way through which the social system mechanism works. Okay, he has explained about the meaning of the social system, but later on, from 1950s onward, again he returns to his social structure analysis, social system analysis, but now he wants to give some different explanation about the macro level explanation of social system. That is known as a structural functional analysis of social system. Yes, as we know that Talcott Parsons is functionalist, and one of the major point of functionalist is they observe the society on the basis of value consensus. What is value consensus?
Whatever the majority accepts.
Yeah, shared meaning among the majority. That is the reason They want to understand about the stability of the society, functioning of the society, isn't it? Marx had talked about the changes in the society, but being a functionalist, he wants that how the stability is maintained and the function takes place in the society. And on the same way, he has also talked about the functional aspect of the social system on the basis of value consensus. Means shared meaning, majority of the people agrees to the normative pattern. He says to understand the social system, first he talks about needs. We need to understand the needs of the society. He says that there are two types of needs. I will explain it. That is functional prerequisite or universal need or imperative. Second need, he says, that is secondary need or derived needs. Okay, we have talked about two types of needs, but what is need? First of all, let us understand what is need. If we are able to understand the needs, then only we will be able to understand these two things. Now, how can we understand that what of your action is need of the society? For this, Talcott Parsons says that yes, to understand the needs, you just take away a particular element from the social system, and in absence of that particular element, if some dysfunction takes place in the society, it means it is need. And if no change takes place, it is not a need but a derived needs. It is imperative, necessary, what he says, functional prerequisites. Got it? Then what is derived needs? Wants means it is peculiar to a particular situation, particular conditions. If you are hungry, you won't demand for different dishes, anything give to me. But right now, कितने लोग नाश्ता करके आए हैं? Okay, just assume that all of you all have had a lunch and then have entered in the class. Now if I order for a lunch, will you like to take it? रसगुल्ला? More or so वो चल जाएगा. Means these are the derived needs, means which is not necessary but it fits to a particular condition. Accordingly it is required. Now on the basis of needs, he has formed his model of Agile theory, A-G-I-L. He says that in any social system or a society, there is a regular challenges. Means regular problem exists over there. And every society should have a mechanism to regularly solve the problems. And only if you have a mechanism to regularly solve the problem, your society will be able to maintain the stability and survive. For the existence of the society, there should be a mechanism through which regularly the problem should be solved. For this, he says that this is a prerequisites of a society. He said that these prerequisites are two. One is external to the environment. And another, he says, is internal to organization. Yes, if your system, social system wants to survive, they will have to fulfill these prerequisites. And he says, and this he has talked about his model of agile theory. In that he says two of the elements are external and other two are internal. What are they? He talks about A, G, I, L. A means adaptation. G, goal attainment. I, integration. L, latency. If human being or if a social system wants to survive, we need or we have some basic requirements. Roti, kapda aur makan, food and shelters. He says for this there is a mechanism, that is economy. Through this we adapt to the system. What is economy? Just you had said the economy means production, allocations, distributions, isn't it? Labor, production and distribution on the basis of degree of control over the environment, isn't it? If you remember Marx, degree of control over the environment is necessary for your survival. Food and shelter is necessary basic thing, physical needs will be. He said that all these things will be fulfilled by economy. That is the basic thing which is necessary, and in this we are interacting with the outer or external. Second, goal attainment. Again, he says that if a social system wants to survive and function properly, they should have a proper mechanism of goal attainment. Otherwise, society won't progress or won't survive. There should be always a particular goal. Okay, tell me, after becoming IAS officer, what will be your next goal? Yeah, naturally service. You have been selected. Then the next goal? Promotion. After minimum 10 to 15 years, you will get the promotion.
To study the society.
Yeah.
To study the society.
As an IAS officer also you will do. It's better to become a sociologist. We are member of the society. After IAS officer, your parents will make you aware that now you are eligible for marriage. The next goal is going to be there. And after marriage, children's, then remember what is, I mean to say, that at every stage we elevate our goal, or it is necessary for our survival. The same thing about the society. Talcott Parson also says that in a society, it is a duty of a specific institution, that is, he says, polity. Political system, to give you a specific goal, to use the human resources or the resources of the society for the betterment. He said that the goal is provided to the system by the government, by the political system. We have Narega. What is it? Just for, if we want to become a developed country, isn't it? Means our economic system should be a better, every person should have a happy life, lead a happy life. It is to bring the downtrodden people or give them an opportunity to have a better life. Okay, tell me, why was Taj Mahal built? Taj Mahal. Who made it? Remember, Shah Jahan was an emperor, he was a king. Just for the sake of one thing, to display of love, the king can never take such a decision. Okay, we give a wrapping of a specific thing. Remember, go historically and you will find that since last 3 or 4 years, when the construction had started, that area was struck by famine, drought. And it was to create job opportunity for the neighboring people, isn't it? So emperor can never take one just to show oneself. Actually, it has an internal thing. And remember, as we have sociologically studied, that if there is unemployment or carelessness from the king, what will happen? Revolution or revolt like thing will take place, isn't it? So he says, means Talcott Parson says that it should be in the domain of the polity to give a goal to the particular society. Modi is giving us Digital India. We are working on those things. And Jio has brought those things. It's trying to bring. Got it? The goal attainment. Remember, for our survival, it is necessary that always our goals, there should be a goal, and after a specific time, it should be elevated, or at different level it should go. Second aspect. Third, integration. We are talking about society. Can we consider any or give an example of any society which is without conflict? Impossible, isn't it? And remember, if there is conflict, there should be a mechanism which can solve the conflict, coordinate between the people or among the people, bring some sort of justification of the act. Yes, he has said that is societal community that helps in maintaining the integration in the society. In modern time, we can say law and judiciary. All the time there was some sort of societal community who used to maintain the coordination in the society, because in a society you will always find variety of conflicts, but there should be a particular element, particular institution which can regularly solve those conflicts to maintain integration of the society. Latency, now it is also known as PMTM. PMTM means pattern maintenance and tension management. PMTM, pattern maintenance and tension management. Fiduciary other important organizations. Parson considers that this work is done by school, family, as well as religion. What is its function? The word is pattern maintenance and tension management. In our society, we act according to our pattern, that is our culture. Who inculcates culture into the next generation? School, family, religion. So that we can adhere with the norms and values of the society. Norms and values. What is this norms and values? Norms and values, they are two different things or near about the same thing? Yeah? Rules and what is regulation? To follow those things. Okay. You are near to it. Norms means it prescribes you a guidelines. Value gives judgment, good or bad. When you perform an action, norms doesn't say that this is right or this is wrong. They just provide you the guidelines that this is the way you should act. But they are not giving you any judgment over that. But once you have performed the act, then the value says that your act was good or bad. Isn't it? Okay. Means culture is about the pattern maintenance. In a society, the new members should be socialized so that they can maintain the stability in the society, and these are the institutions which provide them the pattern of the society. Then tension management. Yes, my friend, when once you are on this earth till the death, you will have different level of tensions. Do we have? Everybody has their own level of tension. And so there should be a mechanism to manage those things. When you are depressed due to some crisis, personal crisis, now what is the way out? Either the family members will give you various suggestions, but there are some such incidents that you can't share with your family members. Then religion is there. Go near God, He will maintain the confidentiality. We utter all sort of things, pass all the tension to the God, and then we consider whatever the God will be doing for me, He will do for my betterment. Isn't it? Exam के पहले तो होता ही है. We go through all those things. Now remember, this is a mechanism of maintaining the tension. Every individual has, and this is a necessary element to maintaining the social system. So through his model of Agile, he has shown that this is a prerequisite of all sort of society, because these problems exist in every society, be simple or advanced. He says that if a society wants to survive and maintain itself, they should fulfill the prerequisite of that society in the form of Agile theory. And he says that this model is applicable to all type of society. This is how he has discussed about the social system. Now remember two parts. In first part, he has talked about the meaning of the social system, and in the second part, 1950s onward, he has given the structural functional analysis of the social system. Remember, my friend, whenever the question is asked about the social system, don't miss these two parts. According to the nature of the question, you can elaborate any of those the 2 points, but 2 points are interconnected with each other. First you need to define the social system and then about the larger structure of the social system. Okay. Now there are various criticism. Yes, Dahrendorf, one of the sociologists, says that Parsons' social system is more or so utopian. It is an utopia. What is utopian? Utopia? Yeah? Perfect. And we know that there is nothing perfect in the society, isn't it? Imaginary, which cannot be in reality. Because other to it, he says that Parsons has talked about the maintenance, survival and function of the society. He is talking about the stability of the society, but he has not given emphasis on the change in the society. And other to it, he is giving overemphasis of universal consensus. One of the criticism. Buckley, he says that it is a vague conceptualization of mechanistic and organistic type of institutions. He is means what is mechanistic? Simple. Organismistic. Specialized society. Who gave this? Durkheim had given it. He said that it is just a vague attempt to do those things. Percy Cohen, he also talks about the same thing. According to him, he sees that the problem in social system that all the elements of society are seen as reinforcing each other, interconnected to each other, but this is not the reality. Lastly, Horowitz says that Talcott Parsons has avoided the conflict because he consider that conflict is always destructive. In reality, this is not the condition of conflict. Conflict also elevates us to a higher level of integration. It is not always that the conflict is destructive. So these are some of the criticism of Talcott Parsons. Now next we will come to pattern variables. What is meaning of pattern? Arrangement or what you have said, that is the reason Parsons considers pattern variable also as cultural variables. Patterns means arrangement. Variables means that vary or change. Actually, it is considered, pattern variable is considered extension of social system theory of Parsons. In social system theory, we had talked about the society, the mechanism through which the society functions. But in the society, we have not talked much about the individuals, the people, how they interact with each other. Do they face some problems while interacting? Yes, that is the reason it is considered that pattern variable is extension of social system, where Parsons wants to give more clarity of interaction. It is also known as cultural variables. Now he says that we interact with each other on the basis of culture, a particular pattern. He says, he agrees that yes, we interact on the basis of our culture, because culture gives us pattern. But he says that this is not monolithic, but dualistic. Culture is not lithic, but dualistic. Two elements. Yes, he says, and due to existence of two elements, the individual gets confused or comes under dilemma. In these two, what should be the pattern of my action? Because the culture prescribes you a choice, two things. Now you will have to choose one of them. And he says that till the action won't complete, till the individual is out of dilemma. And to make us understand, he said that this dilemma is at 5 levels. And that he consider as the 5 types of pattern variables. He says that an individual confronts with the dilemma at 5 levels, and before taking the action he should solve it, and it is necessary to solve it. That is versus particularism versus universalism, quality versus performance, activity versus affective neutrality, diffuseness versus specificity, and collective orientation versus self orientation. Particularism versus universalism means particular as generalized. Quality versus performance. Quality, you can say ascribed status, and achievement based, or in a way we can say what is it or what it does. Talcott Parsons says that this dilemma is of social object, particularism versus universalism. In this, the individual faces the dilemma of personal and generalized rule. But many of our actions are influenced by your process of socialization or your condition. Just take an example. If you are sick, ill, and one of your friend is doctor, you are well educated person. Now tell me, whom will you consult? Your friend or the best doctor of the town? Hmm? I like divided class. Means you don't have any doctor friend with you. My friend, again it happens because the person is your friend who is also a doctor. If you want to choose the best doctor also, you will try to consult him, isn't it? And for just some sort of illness, you won't go for the best doctor. Other to it, if he refers to the best doctor, you will say that just get me an appointment with him. A general rule is that although the rationality says that we should meet the best doctor, but if one of your friend is a doctor, you will first consult him. Okay, tell me, Vinay, who is the most beautiful girl of the world? Yes?
Who feels herself?
Huh?
Feels herself as beautiful.
Feel oneself. No, just in an objective manner, who is the most beautiful girl of the world? Anybody?
For a father, his
Yeah?
daughter. For a father, his daughter. Yes. For a father, his daughter.
For you? Yes?
There is no measuring yardstick for beautiness.
Okay. Don't let us not be philosophical. Just tell in a one word who is because there are various beauty contests also. So there is some parameter. Now tell me, not go in depth, just in general question that who is the most beautiful of the girl, most beautiful girl in the world? Amit? Now I don't know, remember who is the Miss World or Miss Universe. Anyway, who could be? Yeah?
Megan Fox.
ABCD, okay, you have talked about Sharapova. Would you like to marry her? Why? Divorce भी देगी तो भी बहुत पैसा मिलेगा. Now what happens in the society? See, when we objectively we have given that there is some criteria, okay, such and such girl is most beautiful. But if the action of the girls influences your personal life, I said the most important decision of life is marriage. when you feel the influence of a particular girl, you also start saying that will she be able to adjust to my culture, to my family? Various other criteria comes, and on that basis you have said no. Isn't it? So it is not about the beauty that is a specific thing or objectively we observe, but it is more also a subjective thing, how the person is related in the life of the another person. Isn't it? Particularism, universalism. Universal laws or universally, there may be various different parameters that this is the beauty, but when it is affecting your personal life, the other traits are considered as beauty, not the external. Isn't it? Dilemma, you get the answer from the culture itself. Quality versus performance. Again the dilemma comes. Just to make it clear, I am saying quality means ascribed status, means age, sex, caste, religion, where you belong to. On the other hand, performance, that is on the basis of your achievement, merit and success. Now again, in every step we have to solve the dilemma. Just take an example. If you are in bus, you see an elderly lady also entering with you. Who will you like to share or give your seat to her? Why? Why?
Because she needs it more.
Because physically.
And if she happens to be a girl, will you share the seat? Pass you? No? Why?
Because I'm also a girl, why would I?
Joke of the day. Okay, here I was just comparing with the quality and performance. The elderly ladies suits here. Although you are young, you have better performance, she won't be able to take the seat from you. But the culture prescribes that we should have respect for the elderly lady because she needs more than you. You can stand for an hour or two, but for her it will be a painful journey, isn't it? So many a time the quality as well as performance comes into dilemma, and the culture helps you to solve the problem. Affectivity and affective neutrality. What is affectivity? Emotional. Again, as a person, you are husband of somebody, as well as you are doctor or you are boss in your office. Now here again it says that what to, sorry, I am giving the wrong example. Affectivity and affective neutrality. Affectivity first was correct. The relation between husband and wife, that should be in affectivity. On the other hand, affective neutrality, I gave the example of doctor, let me give a twist. As a doctor, when you are interacting with the patient, should you maintain the affectivity or affective neutrality? Affective neutrality is necessary, otherwise you will start feeling the pain of the patient, isn't it? So it is a very necessary to maintain the affective neutrality with the other, but it is very much necessary to maintain, if you want your family to be happy, long living, you will have to maintain the affectivity. Other to it, in peers group we have affectivity, family peers group. On the other hand, when you are a bureaucrat, you are in service, you are in army, you need to maintain the affective neutrality. Can an soldier consider that enemy soldier is also a human being? because they are, both of them are performing their duty, and in duty we should maintain the affective neutrality. The society has given those things. Okay, what, as I think I have asked from you people, the difference between murder and kill. Kill means
Self-protection or duty.
or duty. Murder means unauthorized killing. Diffuseness versus specificity. Yes, sociologists consider that most diffuse status means, diffusion means a total merger of the personality. The best example sociologists consider, that is the diffuseness, the relation between husband and wife. Is there total merger of personality? Yes, my friend. Never try to get inside the conflict of husband and wife. Why? Why it is forbidden that you should not interrupt when there is conflict between husband and wife? Due to diffuseness. Means what? Remember, because human beings are there may be some sort of scuffles, some sort of fighting, but the wife will never tolerate that somebody else, the other person, can insult the husband. वो मेरा शिकार है. How can other do? This is the diffuseness of the personality. On the other hand, a specificity. Yes, totally isolated from any interaction or from any emotional attachment. Salesman and the client. Go to a consumer store, talk about some items, the salesman will appreciate. When you'll say, no, that is more better. Yes, ma'am, that is much better than it. Third one, latest arrival. Anyway, he wants to sell the product, isn't it? Nothing other relation is that. That is about the specificity, just opposite to the diffuseness. Collective orientation and self-orientation. As a father, as a husband, you are considered that your actions should be collective oriented. As a father, I should be concerned about the family. On the other hand, self-oriented. When I am in my shop, at that time, if the storeman or the salesman interacts with the client, the only motive is there to extract benefit or profit. On the basis of these 5 dilemmas, Talcott Parsons says that these are the 5 levels of dilemma which a society, which the member of the society feels, and before taking any action, they will have to solve the different type of dilemmas. Any of these dilemmas, he may be stuck by any of the dilemmas, but it is necessary to solve them. First one, this part is about the informal organization, and this is about the, we find in the formal organizations. Yes, my friend, this was the extension of the social system theory of Parsons. Here he has tried to show that how dilemma creeps in our actions while performing our action, and through this mechanism we can solve it. Okay, to conclude, before concluding, just give me an answer so that I can understand that you have understood it or not. Okay, if a doctor throws a party on behalf of his wife, after a long time, again negotiation has taken place between husband and wife, the doctor. At evening, when the guest starts arriving to the party, At the same time, an emergency call comes to the doctor. Now what should be the act of the doctor? He should attend the person or he should remain in the party? Patient. After a long time, some sort of patch-up has taken place. Why patient? Why not the personal life? Yeah.
पर्सनल लाइफ तो बहुत बड़ा ऐसा लेकिन इमरजेंसी है उधर.
Yes, correct answer. Isn't it? Remember who has taught you? Society has taught you through the process of culture. Isn't it? Here means again we can talk with each other and other person is also aware person, because we can renegotiate, but the time gone, the patient will not be able to come again. Isn't it? Culture has given us the solution to come out of the dilemma. Parsons has talked in the same sense. Clear pattern variables. It is just about the dilemma the individual has while taking the action, and before taking every action, he need to solve the dilemma, and in this pattern they solve the dilemmas. Now let us come to criticism. Yes, one of the biggest criticism of pattern variables of Parson is that he has not talked about clash of interest or role conflict. Why? Because in modern time, the personal gets exchanged from the personal life to the formal life. Husband and wife both are academician. They are representing two different colleges for a specific negotiation, and it is just coincidence that the representative of two different colleges are actually in their personal life husband and wife. While negotiation, who will give passage to the other? Naturally wife. No? Remember, we are talking that is formal organization, not a personal life. And will that affect in your personal life? You are a human being. Yes, it has influence over it. Means role conflict takes place, and Parson has not talked about it anyway. There are various type of role conflict. A judge whose son is a criminal. In such a condition, what should be the action of the judge? Yeah? Remember, what is the function of father? In any case, protect their children. As a judge, to punish the criminal. Role conflict is there, isn't it? So, there are various things on which the Parson has not given the solution, because we are talking about the criticism here. Yeah, other to it, just we gave the example about affective neutrality. The doctor should maintain affective neutrality with the patient. Yes, they do. They are trained for it. But C.W. Mills says that yes, when a patient is a normal person, common man, they maintain the affective neutrality or proper distance with them. But if the patient happens to be VVIP, the doctor starts developing closeness to the patient, isn't it? So this is more or so the affective neutrality is not been maintained over there. So yes, another Devereaux says that actually in his original formatting of pattern variable, Parson was also thinking to add one more level. He has added 5 levels. He wanted to add one more level, that is long run and short run. But later on he didn't added it. He said that if he would have added it, it could have been more complete. Other to it, taking the example about the doctor, it is talking about the authority. Means when the person is VVIP, means has higher authority. So Devereaux says that if he would have added the short and long term level of pattern variable, as well as has thrown some light about the influence of the power, his concept would have been more complete. And that is the reason it is incomplete. Okay. This is all. Means we have completed Talcott Parson. Tomorrow we'll start with Merton. In 2 days we'll be able to complete Merton, and then the next day, the last, that is Mead. Means we have passed the. There is a saying of about Napoleon. In Europe, which mountain is there? Alps. Yeah, actually there was discussion, means Napoleon, when he was aggressor, so when he wanted to cross the Alps and to attack on Germany,